Hello everyone, my name is Lance090 and welcome to this kind of like a behind the scenes video here. You may have noticed at the beginning of some of my episodes I kind of have like a disclaimer about what kind of software I'm using on the game. That usually happens when I'm having trouble getting it recorded. So I just wanted to show you guys what different software I use and the good and bad things about each one. So you can kind of get an idea of what I'm working within right now. So the three I use are Fraps, Open Broadcast software, and Nvidia Shadowplay. The first thing I started using was Fraps because when I looked up how to make YouTube videos, it was what everyone was saying to use. The second one I started using was Open Broadcast software because I was having trouble with Fraps, so I needed to find some kind of alternative. And the newest one I've been using is Nvidia Shadowplay. So I made this quick little table here talking about the goods and bad things about each one. So first there's a timer. You'll notice in quite a few of my videos I'll say, oh, I forgot to set the timer. And that tends to happen on the high graphics videos. That is because when I'm using Fraps, there's no timer on the software. The same goes for Nvidia Shadowplay. Open Broadcast software, though, I have it open on my other monitor and it has a timer on it, like I'm looking at it right now. I can probably even pull it over here and show you guys. It'll be kind of weird here for a minute, but down here there's a timer on it, so I can just watch that, and it's a lot easier than having to set a watch or my mouse to record. There's a weird little graphics glitch there. That's kind of weird. Anyway, that's what the software I'm using to record right now because it's really good for low quality videos, which we'll get to in a minute. Next thing that's a major issue with recording is post-processing. So my first videos I was using like super fancy processing software because when Fraps records, it's pure video file. I think it's like AVI video format. And YouTube won't accept that, and it's way too big. So you have to process it into something that YouTube will like, and that takes quite a bit of time, quite a bit of processor usage, so I can't really do anything when it's going on. So that's really a bad thing, and I don't have enough skill with editing yet to do any fancy explosions or stuff on the screen, so there's no real reason to do any post processing. Open broadcast software, it was pretty much perfect. It requires no processing at all. It does it on the fly, and it's ready to go to YouTube as soon as it's done. Nvidia Shadowplay, sometimes it works. sometimes it's fine, sometimes it's not, and I don't really know why. And I'm gonna go to my video folders to show you like what the difference is. So this is one of my hard drives for storing videos. So Tropico, I have to record with Fraps just because the other programs won't work, and we'll get to the reliability of the different software in a bit. But if we look at these Tropico videos, 24.5 gigabytes, 30.3 gigabytes, 27 gigabytes. These are gigantic. This hard drive is like 500 gigabytes big, and just recording Tropico is like clogging up half of it. Fraps is horrible, horrible, horrible with disk space. It's just ungodly bad about it. So that's why it has to be post-processed to be something really, really small. Kerbal Space Program, on the other hand, I record with Nvidia Shadowplay. Look at the stats on these. 660 megabytes, that's not bad at all. 629, pretty nice. 768, these very beautiful. Very, very nice numbers here. On the other hand, I also recorded the forest with Nvidia Shadowplay. Take a look at this. Well, for one thing, it split the video in half because it was so big. 3.8 gigabytes, 3.2 gigabytes. It's not that much better than Fraps for some reason. I have no idea why the forest was so much worse than Kerbal Space Program. I can't even begin to imagine why. I didn't change any settings or anything. I mean, yeah, the forest is a more graphically intensive program, but that shouldn't really translate to the recording. That should just affect my computer. But so all of these videos in this folder are just Fraps and Nvidia Shadowplay. Now, on the other hand, in this other folder, my Let's Play folder, I put most of my open broadcast software videos. So, Dwarf Fortress Season 2, you'll see the episodes of this, 260 megabytes. So it's like 1/4 of what even Shadowplay was doing. So I can just record a bunch of these really, really fast. But now, that brings us to the video quality. Fraps is absolutely flawless. It's one-to-one conversion of what you see to video file. That's why the files are so big, because it's flawless. Open broadcast software, absolute garbage. It works for the ASCII-based games and for recording like text. Like I use it for this, and I used it for the space history video, space probe history video. But otherwise, you'll see that the first video I tried to do with a higher graphics level software was one of my opinion segments with T-Fortress 2. And it's probably like the worst looking video on YouTube right now. I probably need to just delete that opinion segment because it's so bad. Nvidia Shadowplay, it's pretty good. It's a little bit more blurry than Fraps, but it's pretty much fine. You guys probably can't tell much of a difference because I still have to process Fraps down anyway. So yeah. Sound quality. Again, I think Fraps is just the same like the video quality. I think it's pure raw sound. Open broadcast software. I think it sounds pretty good too. I haven't really noticed too much of a difference between it and Fraps really. Nvidia Shadowplay. For some reason, it just skips out on the sound. I don't know why. It just does. It just doesn't like sound for some reason. So the sound's a lot worse with the Shadowplay. Adaptability. This one's a little bit harder to explain. If I bring the open broadcast video in here, you'll see here I have like different sources I can select and different scenes. Basically, I can customize it to do just about anything, and I can make pretty much any game run on it. I can reduce the settings so it records smaller footage and worse footage. I can increase the settings a little bit to make it work a little bit better, but it does have an upper limit, of course. But Fraps, there's the only thing I can toggle is if it's recording in half size or in full size. And full size is 1080p for my monitor. Files are way too big. I wish I could give you guys 1080p footage, but I can't. It'd be like, it's like 50 gigabyte files when I do that. I can't, just can't. And on the other hand, since it doesn't have like any other settings, half size is like what, 540p, which is like good standard definition, but it's not high definition, which really sucks that there's nothing in between. For broadcast software, like I said, it's pretty much, I can do anything with it. Video Shadowplay, I do have some. I can choose from like, I don't know what the first two settings are, but I think like the second one is like 540p. The third one is 720p, which is what I've been using, and then there's 1080p, which I'm afraid it'll be still too big. But I do have some control over it, so it's pretty nice. File size, like I said, Fraps is gigantic. It's like, I can't record very many episodes with it even. Open broadcast software, very good, very small. I can record hundreds of thousands of episodes if I wanted. It wouldn't even affect my computer. Nvidia Shadowplay, like I said, it's kind of touch and go. It works good for Kerbal Space Program, but terrible for the forest. Reliability is pretty much the same thing as adaptability, just Fraps and open broadcast software pretty much work on anything. It's just I have to pick between them of what kind of video quality I want. And Nvidia Shadowplay will just not work sometimes. Won't tell you why, I don't know why. So this is where I try to tally up everything. Let's see, Fraps, very bad for speed. I can't get you very many videos very quickly, but very good for video quality. Open broadcast software is the opposite, really good for speed, really bad for video quality. And Nvidia Shadowplay is just medium. So I've been trying to use it the most because it's like a little bit, gives you guys some better quality and it's not too bad to upload as long as the forest really threw things off. Nvidia Shadowplay was being way better than the other ones until the forests suddenly increased the file size, and then I actually had to post-process it, which was really sucky. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm dealing with here. So I use this one for the ASCII base games, and I'm just showing you guys text. Fraps when I can't get Shadowplay to work, and Shadowplay for the most part for the high graphics games. So yeah, that's how I get things done. You guys can feel free to give me other suggestions for the recording software. Keep in mind this is the recording software, this isn't the post-processing software. For post-processing I use Windows Movie Maker, which is fine. I can't really do the advanced stuff that I could do with what I was using before, which was like Adobe. Like not Adobe Flash, but something like that. But that was just too complex. I'd have to like actually take a course on how to use that program to be able to do anything with it. So the Windows program's a lot more lightweight, so I don't need to replace that one because it works fine for post-processing. But if you could find something that I could put into column E here and would have all greens across the board, that would be pretty awesome. Until then, I hope you enjoyed this video and have a good day.